All right, yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This week, got 1906, got myself, Shaq. All right, last couple of weeks, if you ain't seen the podcast, we've talked about can Arsenal challenge for the title? Can Man United challenge for the title? Now it's Liverpool. Can Liverpool challenge for the title? 906, it looks like Henderson's off to Saudi Arabia. It looks like Fabinho could be imminent with a 40 million bid. And Thiago's linked as well. So we knew Liverpool were going to do a rebuild, but it's looking like a demolition job. Is this risky business in a sense of getting rid of all of them all at one time and bringing basically a brand new midfield and expect to still compete?
Yeah, I mean, in every team they say you need the spine, don't you? From back to front, you need the spine. And I would say we've got the defence. We have got a pretty decent defence. Can be leaky, we know that.
Still think we
Can
need
be leaky.
centre.
We can do with another centre half. I know we're in bid for
Levi
Chelsea
Caldwell.
boy.
Yeah, Levi Caldwell.
Yeah, Colwell.
Yeah.
But you think, oh, if Henderson goes, Thiago goes,
and Fabinho goes.
And Fabinho, all right, Fabinho, yeah, all right, because I would shift him out, you know what I mean? He's done his time, great servant to the club and all them thing, but some fresh legs would be nice, do you know what I mean? Rather than bringing on people to just give away free kicks at the end of the day, because they can't keep up.
But 906, I knew this was going to be Ruble, like I said, but with Brandon McAllister, Szoboszlai, yes, I like them. I think Szoboszlai, ideal scenario, he hits the ground running, could be our De Bruyne, or look how Bruno Fernandes does. You know, the impact from midfield, getting goals. He could be. But I think McAllister's the one that will hit the ground running. I look at him. He knows the Premier League. Yeah. He should come to Liverpool's team and make us tick. But letting go all three of them, I know they're getting on him. And then you have to basically find another three midfield players. Don't you think that's risky for Liverpool?
It is risky.
I know they need to go.
But the question I'm going to ask is, all right, when who did we have when who was in the midfield when Klopp started?
So we had before he bought, or it's just when he first come? Because we had Milner.
When he first started, yeah, no buying and that.
Yeah, we had Milner, Lucas Leiva, and Emre Can.
Right, and then we got rid of them, didn't we?
Yes, but we were,
there weren't no real gap in time to say like, oh, then we need to bed new man in and all them kind of thing. It was like wipeout when you think about it.
Yeah.
Chain going off with, yeah, I'm the best defender in the world and all that bollocks. Yeah, jog on. Yeah, you think, all right, yeah. But the thing is, if we don't do it, if it's that stagnation bit, and we're still playing a bit of old guard, we're still going to get them old guard results. So I say, plough through, thick and thin, win or lose, and build that team.
100%.
So yeah, draw out the old. I'll deal with that. I can say, all right, yeah. And then whatever comes next is fresh.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree, because I think eventually you've got to get rid of them. So if that means you've got to take a hit and get rid of all three and bring in three new fresh blood, so be it, because they've got to go. And maybe Klopp's being ruthless. This is maybe the first time in his tenure at Liverpool that he's being ruthless and thinking, you know what? All these men need to go now. Like, to show everybody, like, no one's safe. This is Liverpool Football Club. No one is safe.
That was 3 seasons ago when Man U they were starting.
Yeah.
You know, in Man U they were starting no matter what. They can go down, get injured, and it's like, who are we bringing on? There is no one. I mean, when you think about it now, maybe through the middle, maybe you might play Stefan in the middle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And all that, and then have your McAllisters next to him, and your who else would be out there?
Szoboszlai,
Diaz playing. Do you know what I mean, to feed off all that kind of thing? Gakpo.
I,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
think,
Up front, serve Nunes. Right? Yeah, Nunes. Do you know what I mean? Reserve settings and all that. Let's not get
you know what?
twisted.
Do you see Nunes? He got the number 9 shirt.
He shouldn't be getting a shirt, mate. He shouldn't be getting a shirt.
All right, but forget about Nunes anyway. We're at midfield. All right, I hear what you're saying. If you get all 3, you need to bring in 3 players of quality. I think they're linked with Lavia, Thuram. I think if you get Lavia and Thuram in, and you get rid of Fabinho and Henderson, personally,
Henderson.
that's what I'm saying. Personally, if it was up to me, I wouldn't get rid of all 3, but I'll get rid of 2, and I'll keep 1. And I'm not really that bothered which one it is. If I had to choose, I would actually keep Fabinho. But if you're going to get 30, 40, 50 million pound for him, you shot him. You shot him. And if you're going to get 25, 30 mil for Henderson at 33, you shot him. You shot him as well.
Love you, Henderson. Build a statue. Name the stadium after you. Name a stand after you. All of that. But ta-da.
Yeah, 100%. So we will see if Liverpool have a plan in place for these players to leave. So if you've got players in mind, and you're maybe thinking, you know what, Thuram, I like him, but he brought in Slobosly, and we're looking at Lavia. Maybe we'll get Thuram next year. Now you can bring that forward. So we can say we could bring in Thuram. We could bring in another midfield player. I think the best case scenario, if they get their players and they hit the ground running, I still think Liverpool are the closest to Man City in a sense of challenging. I don't think the others can challenge how Liverpool have challenged. They talked about Arsenal challenging for the title. Yes, they did, but they fell away. Liverpool have took Man City to the limit. Last 20 minutes of the last game of the season, where it can go either way. And I think we've shown that Liverpool is still the only club, and I think still the only club that Pep fears. And the only manager that he fears is Klopp. The others, I think the others he feels I can deal with them. He knows Klopp. If Klopp gets it right, he knows Liverpool are a major problem. They are a problem to City. He knows that.
To do City, right, you only play City twice a year, but if you do City and you push them back, every other team starts getting fearful. Yeah, every other team starts getting fearful. And I think with the midfielders that we've got, all right, even if it's just the 2, and being able to push forward, all right, Diaz starts taking people on again. We know we're not going to get the amazing amount of goals out of him, but he starts pushing people back by taking them on. If you do that with City, teams start thinking, hold on, what's Liverpool playing? That pressing, fast football, everything else taking man on. You have to pull back. Right now, teams, we have to play on the counter-attack because we didn't have the legs. We didn't have the legs to sustain any kind of pressure on the ball and all that, or off the ball. We didn't have that. So now we got those legs and we got them engines and everything else.
We've got quality.
I can't see no one. I can't see no one doing it on. Do you know what I mean? On a consistent basis, anyway. Arsenal, I think they were pretty lucky last season. The only reason why I say they were pretty lucky last season is that everyone played shit. Every team played shit.
And
Tottenham played shit. United played shit. Arsenal played. I mean, Chelsea. Even City was falling at one start. Look at us, terrible. Haven't had a season like it for Blibs. But no, I'm thinking this season we can push them. We can push them. We need to get a couple more in though to really lock it all down.
And that's what I was saying. So what you said about Arsenal, I think the biggest thing with Arsenal now, there's expectation on Arsenal. And that's going to be the difference now. So Arsenal fans expect. And they're the worst fans on the planet when things go wrong. You see over social media. So Arsenal fans expect, and they should. And they're moving like a big club. I know you might not think the 100 million for Declan Rice, if you think it's right or wrong, but they're showing intent. And fair play to them.
Intent. Yeah. They're showing intent, but it's like everything now banks on Rice. The season now banks on Rice.
That's what I'm saying. So now,
and they still haven't bought him yet.
That's what I'm saying. The hardest thing for them now is managing expectation, and I think that's going to backfire on them. I still think Man United are building. Chelsea. I think Chelsea are going to be bad again, but they're going to come back. Tottenham. I don't really class them as an elite club like Liverpool's and Man United's and Man City's. But I think best case scenario, I think the 2 signings that Liverpool have made, I think it's a good start. If they could bring in that Lavia from Southampton, you're going to have Lavia, Soboslai, McAllister. That's legs, creativity, and playing matches. You look at their records of playing matches, they all can play 45 plus games and still do it at a high level. And if you can bring them 3 in, maybe bring another couple of midfield players come in as well if Fabinho, Henderson leaves, and you bring in a centre half, and you've got Gakpo coming. Look how Gakpo was in January. Now he's going to have a full season. Diaz is back. I know you don't like Nunes. But wait. No, listen. I know you don't like Nunes, but if you're going to play a different formation, you've got Szoboszlai picking passes where his strength is running in behind. He doesn't have to do anything. Just run. You're gonna get goals from him. If Jota can stay fit, I think Jota can score 25. He's a guy that can just rack off 10 in 10. He does this, but he does that and then he gets injured. So I think Liverpool can get a bit of luck. Their players can hit the ground running. And I think as well with Man City, losing Gundogan and look potentially Bernardo Silva as well. I think they're in a sly rebuild as well because the team's getting older. I'm telling you, I think it's there. Not to say we're going to win the league, but minimum requirements top 4. If we don't get top 4, that's a disaster. I think that's a given. I think it's a given.
They're
Really.
conveyor belt. They are a conveyor belt. Do you know what I mean? You as I say, you look at I know, I think it was like towards the end of the season, they started mixing it up again, putting some of their kids in and all that, and you're like, who? And then when you see them, you think, hold on, they're better than your senior team. They're better than some of the players Liverpool senior team, and these are like kids that you're just seeing for 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? You just think, come on, a machine. They are a machine. So yeah, they're always rebuilding. They're not doing what Klopp did, saying, yeah, we've got a squad for next season. Don't touch it, save your money. And all that bollocks. No, they're on the march from now. As soon as they won the treble, who else are we bringing in?
Yeah, 100%. So what's Liverpool's realistic expectations then for next season if they get the signings they're supposed to get?
If we get the signings, I think we could do the league. I honestly think we could do the league. I think, definitely. I mean,
you might be right.
I don't know. The way Arsenal fell to the roadside. And look at us, how strong we got. And this is through injuries. Arsenal didn't have those injuries. When people start talking about injuries, you go back a couple of seasons ago when we were playing strikers in midfield and midfielders in defence. No one was giving you no mercy. It was like, you're shit. Do you know what I mean? And you think, other teams, they get a little injury here and there, and it's like, wow, the teams are collapsing. So with that, plus we played our old guards. So I'm just thinking, fresh legs, new start, we could win it.
And the figures as well, I think Liverpool are dangerous. When they're dangerous is when no one talks about them. No one's talking about Liverpool. No one's talking about Jurgen Klopp. That's when Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are dangerous, when they're the underdog. And Klopp loves being the underdog, where no one's talking about Liverpool. The whole world's against us. We're crap now. That's the narrative of Liverpool. That we're crap.
Shit.
We're crap. So he's thinking it, and that's this team talk now. They all think we're rubbish. They're saying, Trent, you're rubbish. You can't defend. You can't play right back. All of this. Van Dijk, you're done. That's the rumors. You're done. Nunes, you can't score goals. That might be true, but you can't score goals. But stuff like that. And then you've got the other guys to come in. I think we've still shown that we're the only team, apart from Man City, that can rack off 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins on the spin. And we've done it towards the end of the season with a team that's really damaged. And I know we didn't play any big sides, but we still racked off 8, 9 wins on the spin. And I don't see Arsenal, the Man Uniteds doing that. And only Man City did that. And we've shown that we can go toe-to-toe and win 12, 13 games on the spin. Might not be enough, but we push Man City to the limits. No other team does. And I still believe that Pep knows if Liverpool get it right, that's the team he slyly fares.
Yeah, all we have to do, the defence, you think, it's still up there. It's still up there. But we
Yeah.
weren't putting any goals in.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? We weren't scoring enough from all angles. Midfielders getting about 5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now, as you say, now we've got that firm that can score goals from all angles. Nunes will survive because people will score goals around him.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That is it.
Do you
So
know what I
if
mean?
you
He'll lay
go
stuff
on.
off. Do you know what I mean? He'll play a little 1-2 going in. Do you know what I mean? Cause a bit of problems, run at a man, get a penalty. You know, Salah, all right, Salah,
Yeah,
or Domo now. Do you know what I mean? He should be
yeah,
the new spot man, according to what I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah,
That
yeah.
boy don't miss. He don't miss.
McAllister don't miss
So
either. So yeah, so you know,
yeah,
and McAllister
true.
got 10. McAllister got 10 goals from midfield
There
for
you go.
Brighton. So you
There
got
you
him
go.
got 10. Soboslai gets 10.
Yeah.
Gakpo's going to get 15 to 20. I think Jota can get 25.
Mm.
But if he stays fit, and you know Salah
If he
gets
stays
30.
fit,
That's
if
he
he
stays
stays
fit.
fit,
And, and
but
that's
the
why I
thing
said
is, you have
worst
to.
case scenario is that's when Liverpool
He has to be
score.
strong because he has to think, okay, where is the front for? Where's the firing three? Who's
Yeah.
going to bang them in? Is it going to be Diaz or Jota putting them in? Who's going to
Mm.
score more goals?
And that's what he needs to think about. Before, like back in the day, you knew the front three, the best front three in Europe:
Mm.
Salah, Mane, Firmino.
Yep.
I still don't think he knows his best three. I think Salah's one. The others are all up for grabs, in my opinion, up front and out wide. I would say Gakpo, and I go
Mm-hmm.
Diaz. But I like Jota. I like Jota through the middle. But Jota, you can't rely on him because he can't stay fit.
Right. Do you remember when I was saying, yeah, Jota? I mean, it could be world class. Remember
No.
that?
You said he was world class, and I said no, he's not. You said he was world class. No, he
On
could
his
be.
day, he's
Don't
world
try and
class.
change
That's what I said. On his day. Shut your face. I said on his day. Right. So you look at him, he was banging him in, wasn't he? Banging him
it.
in.
Yeah,
Even last season, there was that little spell
yeah, he
when
goes
he
on
was like,
runs. He
he
goes
was
on runs.
knocking him in, knocking him in,
Yeah,
knocking him in. And then you think, oh, well, Jota over Diaz then. Because as
yeah.
much as Diaz is easy on the eye,
Don't score enough.
do you know what I mean? Lately, I've seen him like play more balls back than what he's been going forward.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? Like coming back from injury, you don't want to get any knocks. Do you know what I mean? You want to play easy. But we got a game to win.
mm,
You know what I mean? On the flip side of that, and you see him more pass the ball backwards towards the midfield and then do his little runs and always getting trapped. But you won't see him taking on people and muscling people out
mm,
coming back from injury. So maybe Jota in that role, but Gakpo definitely over Nunes, I think.
mm.
And Salah outright, and then, do you know what I mean? Slabslite behind him,
Yeah.
McAllister alongside. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just keeping that pressure on.
Yeah. All right, last bit, 906. At the
Mm-hmm.
moment, they've got in Soboslai, they've got in McAllister. Lavia looks like that's going to happen now. If you say they got Lavia at the moment, Lavia, Soboslai, and McAllister,
Mm-hmm.
what would you grade that transfer window business so far for Liverpool?
So far, good.
Yeah, I'll
Good.
say a
We've
B.
got,
I'll say a B plus.
oh,
You take that.
definitely, because to bring in that kind of talent without Champions League football,
Yeah. You're still Liverpool, DePaul, and Klopp.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? That's a big ask for a player
Yeah,
to say, "Oh, right, yeah, I'll use Liverpool as my next stepping stone," but hold tight, I won't be playing Champions League. Where
yeah.
I could have done Champions League with an Arsenal or with a Man United, or do you know what I mean? Could have done it with them, but
Mm,
to have that in our locker, to have
mm,
those two in our locker already, I'm thinking promising start.
yeah,
Promising
100%.
start. Would have loved to see more names before training started. Do you know what I mean? Just to get in that
Yeah,
flow, all of that. But
but you take it though.
hey,
Yeah, it is what it
hey,
is.
I'm sure there's a few more surprises.
Yeah, 100%.
They've
All
had
right,
to
guys,
wait
make
for
sure.
the under 21s to finish and all that before they can start talking to me. Man's still on a yacht and all them thing. So I'll be swimming upside of it in a frogman suit saying, "Sign here, you scunt, you shut." But tell his missus to stop screaming. I'll be doing all them
Oh,
kind of terrorism to get the signature
oh,
done. But yeah, yeah.
you take it. You
We've got a
take
few
it.
more to
All right.
sign.
Yeah,
I think some of these under 21s, when they come back off their little break, I think they'll be signing papers.
yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Do you think Liverpool will challenge for the title? Myself and 1906 thinks if we can get the signings in and they hit the ground running, we still believe that We're the only club that can challenge Man City. To see what you guys say. You see us next week. 906, leave your last word.
Get a checkbook out. Start signing, man. Start signing. I want to see more names.
Great. We are Real Talk Football TV, and we are out.